Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the PE-9, which is 9 essential principles to take your phys ed program to the next level. And I'm very excited about this because this goes right along with the book I wrote called The Teacher, the Chef, and the Hockey Player, which I then turned into High Fives and Empowering Lives. And I'd love for you to grab a copy of that at the end so you can see what I'm talking about in narrative form. So, who am I is the big question, right? So I am Dave Carney. I teach in Fort Myers, Florida. I taught in the classroom for the first part of my career, which is about 10 years. And now I've been a PE teacher for over 14 years in elementary school. I've had classes ranging from way up high to about 140 to a little bit lower in the 75 range. It just depends on the day and on the school. The school I'm at now is a little bit less, but I have one less para as well. I'm also a podcaster and an author. I'm a podcaster of supersizedphysed.com. And again, my author links and bio will be at the end of the session. So the PE-9, like what is this and who's this for? So first of all, it's for anyone who wants to improve their craft. And I call PE a craft. I want you to think of it as just not just like a job. It's a craft. It's your work of art. And we'll talk more about that as we go. If anyone wants to be the best PE teacher they can be, you don't have to be the best PE teacher in the world. You don't have to have a pavilion named after you, although that'd be cool. But to be the best in your field, the best you can be for your students, that is, to me, what I want to do. And you want to take your program to the next level. If you want to do that, maybe you're stuck or you're just learning or you're just starting out. You want to go the extra mile for your students. You want to be, that extra, do that extra thing for your program. This is definitely for you. If you're not sure, but you're like, you want to find your true passion, this honestly doesn't have to be just for PE, but I geared it towards PE because that's what I know best. But this could be for any profession. It's also if you enjoy your profession and you want to become a leader in your field, or you want to see your career in a completely different way. And I hope that's you. I hope you want to be, a leader. You want to be seen as a leader in your field. You want to be seen as the best in your field. And, just seeing things in a different way, not just like, oh, it's a job, I got to go, and be one of those people that's like, oh boy, I got to go to school today. Oh man. So no, I don't want that for you. I want this for the people who want to up their game to the next level. So can you relate to these people? I can, by the way, and I could definitely before I started this trying to transform my career and my life. Are you stressed, overworked, underpaid, underappreciated? I still feel that way a lot of times. You're in need of inspiration. Are you overwhelmed with just either paperwork or, parents or students, just, behavior problems, things like that? Me too. That's me. I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is, as a teacher especially, but I do the best I can for my students, and I know you do as well. So keep following along. We got this. All right. So here's my 9 principles. And, I want you to understand these, and we'll go through these in order. Number 1 is never stop learning. Number 2 is put systems into place. Number 3 is customer service is key. Number 4 is have an Augusta mentality. Number 5 is know your true north. Number 6 is create experiences. 7 is passion plus purpose equals legacy. Number 8 is see your work as art. And number 9 is pursue excellence. So those are the 9 that I want to focus on today and in my book as well. All right, we're ready. Let's go. I hope you're pumped. I want you to learn from this, and I hope you get a lot of value from this as well. So first, principle 1 is never stop learning. And it's kind of an obvious principle, but I want you to take a look at your free time. How do you spend your free time? Do you spend it playing video games? Do you spend it just scrolling Netflix or whatever, or on your phone, or just taking naps, which nothing wrong with naps, I'm just saying. Is this how you spend your free time? Because we have time. And I know some people are like, well, I don't have any time. I even hear that from students. I have no time to write you a paragraph as to why I want to be safety patrol. Can you tell I just heard that recently? I did. So instead, try this. You could be working out. Honestly, I like to go for a jog or walking and listening to podcasts. Again, just listening to some inspiration. It could be music or podcast or audiobooks, things like that as you're driving. Again, I nothing wrong with music. I love music, but there's times, and a lot of times, I listen to podcasts or audiobooks. You can meet with people. You can do little roundtable discussions. Again, you could connect with people online. These are all things you can do instead of just mindlessly wasting time. So, what I want to do is put PE implications with each principle. So, the first one is have a growth mindset. Like, understand that, like we're not done learning. We can always grow. We can always get better. We can always do more. Number two is stretch your zones of influence. So, if you always read books about education, well, maybe read books about cooking. That's what I like to do. Or maybe I'm more about documentaries on cooking, things like that. But stretch your zones. Read a business book. Watch documentaries on different things rather than just one genre. Use your extra time to learn and find inspiration from just different industries. Like I said, the original title of my book was The Teacher, the Chef, and the Hockey Player. The chef is from it's a made up character that I made up because I love watching documentaries about cooking. I'm not a very good cook, but I love watching it. I love watching the process. All right, number two, put systems into place. So, like a well oiled machine, right? Machines work based on systems. Teams have systems, businesses have systems in place. And so should you. This is what I mean by that. There should be, there can be organized chaos, but there should be order in your lines. There should be, children should be sitting and listening or standing and listening or whatever and listening, but they should be listening. Okay. And learning, cooperatively. It shouldn't just be chaos. There should be structure to your day and to your program. So here's what I do. I break my systems into small chunks. So what do I want for the first 5 minutes of my class? How will they come in? How will they sit? Where will they go? How will they use what signals do they use for the bathroom and for water? Like write all this down and have plans. And you have to reinforce, rehearse, repeat constantly, especially with kindergarten. You have to ingrain that, what you want and how your class should go. And at the end as well, and how they line up if they have to go from station to station. It shouldn't just be, again, chaotic. That's the word I don't want to ever hear about my program. So you need to have systems in place and the students should know them and definitely repeat, rehearse, reinforce all the time. All right, this is my favorite. Customer service is key. So my family owned a grocery store, actually four of them at different various times, or so some of them overlapped for 22 years. And so I'm big on customer service. I'm always looking at customer service, the good and the bad. And so here's some examples of like that girl up there yawning. Um, the guy saying, "Hold on a second," he's listening to something on his AirPod or whatever in his headphones. Same thing here. These AirPods and whatever, people aren't even listening half the time. And I don't know why I put that there for well, I have convenience store stories that are not great. Um, I had a lady, she was vaping while she was taking care of me, and she never said one word to me. And there's lots of times people do not even interact with you. They don't even talk to you. Okay, don't be like that. That's just horrible customer service. Instead, be like this. Okay, it's not always perfect, but we're happy, we're smiling, we're helping people, and we are constantly doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're in the moment with our students, we're in the moment with other people. Another way to do that, you got high fives, hugs, teaching students to say thank you and please, and you're welcome. Helping kids tie their shoes, helping kids get band-aids, and help them. If they're hurt, we should always be helping each other and helping our students. So it's real simple. Be kind. When I put MIT, most important thing, helping students is most important thing. Go above and beyond and look for opportunities to help students as well. All right. I love the Masters. Have an Augusta mentality. If you don't follow golf, yes, that is Augusta in Georgia. I've never been there. I've always wanted to be there or go there. But here's the problem. And I walked into some of this. It wasn't looking this bad, but it was pretty bad at my current school. Trash everywhere. I had basketball hoops that were they weren't like this bad, but they had like these old chains on them. It was awful. I couldn't believe that they didn't fix these. I mean, it's like they must have been 20 years old and nobody had the idea to, hey, let's fix this up. Clean up your stuff, repaint, organize. So in Augusta, this is what I mean. This isn't exactly Augusta, but this is what it looks like on a golf course, a pristine golf course. Everything's perfect. And there's also different traditions in Augusta at the Masters. There's different things, and I'm not going to go to all that right now, but some of them are all the chairs have to be exactly alike. They cannot have elbow rests. You cannot run at Augusta. You have to walk. Everything's called a certain thing. Like the fans are called patrons, and the rough, what would call it in golf, is called the second cut. There's all sorts of things. You can't wear your hat backwards. And those are traditions that they uphold year after year. And so not only should we make things look clean and organized, and grass should be cut and things should be painted and things should look great, but we should have traditions as well. So it's hard though, but look around with fresh eyes or get somebody to help you. Like, hey, what do you see when you look around my pavilion? What can be thrown out? What can be fixed or replaced? And what traditions can you add to your program? All right, know your true north means, well, I'll show you what it means. It means you need to know where you're going. In this case, these people have no idea where they're going, clearly. Even with a map, it looks like she doesn't know where she's going, right? Okay. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to know how to get there. You're not going to know how to get where you want to go. You're going to be lost. So you should have a mission or a vision statement. I always get those mixed up. It's all about Jerry Maguire. I don't know. But you should have a North Star, basically. A North Star, a way to point to what you want in your program. Do you want to focus more on exercise and fitness and stretching and cardio and all that stuff? Or do you want to focus on sports specific things or skills or TGFU or other, sport models? So it's just you need to think about what do you stand for? What guidelines you follow? Are you following the state standards or the shape standards? What are your learning outcomes? And you do need to advocate for yourself. That's very important. Make sure you are sticking up for yourself and knowing where you want to go and sticking to your guns. Number 6 is create experiences. I know I said that customer service is probably my favorite, but this might be my favorite. I don't know. So you'll notice that in this next one that these kids are bored. Teachers are just standing there talking. This is the face you never want to see, these faces from students. We want to create experiences for them that they'll remember for a lifetime. And here's some of the ones I've created. Now, it doesn't make me special. It just means this is what I've created, and I want to do more. So we have martial arts that comes to our school for second graders. We had a bike trailer, and I'm trying to bring one back for our students to ride bikes in PE class, third, fourth, and fifth grade. I wrote grants for like the rail yard obstacle course. This right here, this setup it's like $10,000. I got it for free by putting in a little extra work. We do a chook ball tournament every year for fifth graders, and it's like the greatest thing. It really is. It's awesome. Webster is somebody. He's our mascot, and there's actually Watson, one of our other little mascots, and that's kindergarten and above loves Webster. They always ask for Webster, and that's an experience, and they're going to remember. I don't know about forever, but I have kids in high school saying, "Hey, where's Webster? How's he doing?" Things like that. I got these actually for free from I'm going to give Tim Taggart some credit here. I helped him write a couple lessons in this book, and he gave me all these balls with numbers and letters and other symbols on them. So put in the work and create experiences for your students. So again, here's my implications for this. Fun is priority number one. I mean, really, like PE should be fun. This should be the best part of their day. Create memories and good memories. Ask, email, or call other places. Like we've also had, I didn't put in there, but we've had, baseball teams come out and hockey teams come out and gymnastic cheer teams come out to speak to our kids and give them little lessons and things like that. Opportunities are everywhere in your community, so check them out. All right. Putting it all together, passion plus purpose equals legacy. And this one's a little tougher one to explain, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely something you should be striving for. So Robin Sharma is one of my favorite authors, and he's like a motivational speaker. I loosely I change this to teach. I think the really quote is like, don't work at the same company for 30 years and do the same thing over and over again and call it a career. So I changed it to teach. Don't teach the same thing for 30 years and call it a career. Okay, you need to change things up constantly just to give more fresh ideas to your students. So I was thinking about like, what are my passions? I love to golf and golf with my son. I golf with my dad and friends. I love to read. I love really all kinds of sports, and I love chess. So I've tried to infuse them into my teaching. Not all the time, but I have a chess game that we play. I do have. I'm going to start a chess club at some point. I do a cup stacking club because I love cup stacking. We have the first tee, and of course all sorts of sports. But take what you like and add them. There's teachers that love Star Wars, so make that a theme. I do love Star Wars, but I don't have a lot of themes in my windy pavilion because things get blown away. But use what you have and what you love and go with it. So I talk about legacy. This picture, I look at this a lot. The picture behind me, or the plaque behind me, it's Posey Field and Pavilion. It's dedicated to and named after a principal that was at my school in the beginning, like 30 years ago. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. She has a pavilion named after her. But I also don't know anything about her. I've never heard of her before. So, and no offense to her, I think it's awesome. But I want to impact students. And I'm sure she did as well. But I want to impact students in a way where, hey, yes, if I get something named after me, awesome. But if not, I just want to be there for them. I want to coach them. I want to do different things. I want to give back. Here it is. What are you passionate about? How can you give back? So I try to give back my time. I coach flag football. I run clubs. I try to give back to the students because that's my passion. And that's combining that. That's my purpose in life, is to help children. And you want to take what you're passionate about, what your purpose is, and combine them. And so, I love, again, chess and cup stacking and things like that. And so that's why I do those clubs where I'm going to start chess, combine these things to find what you really are made for. All right, number 8, see your work as art. This goes back to seeing your work not as just a job, see it as a craft, see it as art. And here's some, I guess, famous and not so famous, just artwork in general. I am not an artist, but I love art. I can appreciate art. And I try to see my work as art because it is. And here's some artwork. I didn't even make this. Like this Spider-Man one, that's the best shoot ball poster I've ever seen in all of my years doing this. And here's another couple good ones, the Cookie Monster one. And I actually kept this shoot ball one that I put up as a header to the other posters. Creating this shoot ball tournament with the students over the years has been my Mona Lisa. To me, it is. That's my one. That's my Mona Lisa. I've created something just fresh, new, exciting. Kids love it. And we've made it into something really big. And I love it. It's my masterpiece. So, what can you do to make a masterpiece? Because everyone's an artist. If you think of your work as a craft, you can, you need to think of ways to elevate that. And like I said right here, what can you create that will be talked about for years to come? My students still talk about it. They still say, oh man, I love that shoot ball tournament. Our team didn't win, but I had the best time being the referee. I had the best time being the captain. I had the best time being the announcers or the DJs, things like that. It was awesome. And I still hear about it. All right, the last one is pursue excellence. So it's just hard work. It's hard work. Okay, that's really all it is, pursuing hard work, pursuing excellence by using hard work or by doing the hard work. Okay? That's why I'm always reading. I'm always listening to podcasts. I'm always listening to audiobooks. I'm always trying to connect with other authors and other PE teachers. Okay, I want to be better. And I'm hoping you want to be better as well. That's why you're listening to this. And just some nice examples of people looking like they're doing their best, right? They're looking like they're having fun, doing their best, enjoying their craft, pursuing excellence. All right. So here's the implications. It starts with you. And I would say your health comes first. You need to walk the walk. I'm not perfect. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger or whoever, but your health comes first. You need to be healthy and fit and set that bar high with not only your health, but just everything in your program. Never stop improving yourself for your students. Always improve, always get better, always work on it. So again, here's a summary of all the different lessons. You can go back and look at these or listen to these again. Also, it is in my book, all of these, and in basically like a moral type form, in a narrative form. Here are my books. Again, it was originally The Teacher, Chef, and the Hockey Player. If you have that book, it's more of a collector's item now. I have a bunch underneath my feet right now because I changed the name to High Fives and Empowering Lives. So that's the new one. It's the same book. It's the new one though. But there is a PE-9 workbook that goes along with this course. It goes along with the books. So definitely check those out. If you're not sure where to go to supersizephysed.com for more information. And I will talk to you soon, hopefully. Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if these resonate with you. And I'd love for you to read the book. So take care, PE Nation, and we'll talk soon.